Howdy, everybody. Welcome back to a new episode of Five Downs with Fannon. As always, I am your host, Spencer Fannon, as well as your director, producer, editor, pretty much jack of all trades for this. Yeah, researcher, all that. Um, yeah, last quick breakdown of last week. We did not do very well. Went 1-4. I guess you could say though 2-5. With we had a couple extra picks. It was a really a good weekend of football. But looking back on it, yeah, we the only one we got right was the over in Bills Bucks of 47.5. Went clear over. That was easy. And the extra pick, we had Notre Dame winning minus 12.5, and they won easily and stuff. But yeah, it looks like through 7 weeks of this, we are 15-20 and such. So let's see if we can get closer to 500. Let's see if we can go over 500 today for this week, and hopefully get closer to 500 for the actual show and stuff in this eighth week of picks and stuff. We got 5 games we're going to go down, 2 college, 3 NFL. Now you might wonder, why is it called Five Downs with Fannon if we have 5 games, but football has only got 4 downs. You are correct if you are a new watcher. But as a Missouri alum, I have a story to tell you. In 1990, the Missouri Tigers were hosting the Colorado Buffaloes in football, and at the end of the game, late in the fourth quarter, the referees accidentally gave Colorado an extra down. They used that down to score a touchdown, which won them the game, and then they went on to split the national title with Georgia Tech that year. So that's how the 5th down came to be, and I thought it was clever, and that's why I named my show Five Downs. But yeah, we'll get right into it with first down here. We are going to the SEC, but it is a little different because this is not normally SEC teams. So let's get right into it with first down. All right, first down, and yeah, it is an SEC. Like I said, it is an SEC game, but it's really 2 former Big 12 rivals, and I kind of wish they would go back to the Big 12, which is maybe blasphemous for a Missouri alum to say. Though I was there when they were transitioning. I was at Missouri for their first football season in the SEC and stuff in 2012, but I was there at the very end of their Big 12 run. And you've got 22 Missouri facing number 8 Oklahoma in Norman this weekend. Quick betting breakdown: Oklahoma is a 6.5-point favorite. Over under set at a pretty paltry 42.5 for a college game. This is more like an NFL game scoring and stuff. Not really a college game. You don't really see many college games this low. But big question is, obviously, well, there's 2 questions. Can Missouri's run game defeat Oklahoma's rush defense, which is really good? Missouri's rush offense is very good as well. I think Ahmad Hardy's got like top five rush yards in the country. Let's see. Let me pull up that number. Actually, no, he leads the country. He is about 35 yards higher than Cam Cook of Jacksonville State. I think is that Jacksonville State? Yes, it is Jacksonville State. So sweet. But Oklahoma's defense is, I think, top 10, top 20 in the country in rush defense. And you might be weird. Why top 20? Top 20 is still really good because there's 128 teams in college football. It's not like it's 32 like in the NFL. They've got a really good defensive line, active linebackers, active secondary. And while Missouri looks to be getting back their starting quarterback in Bo Pribula, it's still like Missouri's going to lean on the run game. And I don't know if that's going to be enough to beat this Oklahoma team, especially a team that's, even though they're coming off a massive win against Alabama last week, that has catapulted them into the top 10 of the rankings and right back into the college football playoff picture. Oklahoma still needs to win these last 2 games. They can't afford a letdown. And I don't think that they're going to. I'm actually taking Oklahoma minus 6.5 here. I think that their defense is going to be able to make Missouri one-dimensional via the pass. They're going to load the box, force whichever quarterback Missouri uses, Bo Pribula or Matt Zollers, to beat them through the air. And I don't know if they're going to be able to. Missouri's defense will keep them in this game. I think they've got a very good defensive line. Their linebackers are okay, solid. Secondary is a little hit or miss. They can make some plays. They've gotten a little bit better, but they still can give up the big play. So, and I don't know how well they'll match up against Zatania, I believe, is Oklahoma's main guy. Let me see if I can pull that up. Going on the fly here. Oklahoma stats. Oklahoma stats. Give me stats. Give me stats. Yeah, Zatania, the third. He's their big play receiver. Obviously, over 700 yards, got 5 touchdowns. Deion Burks is their underneath guy. I just don't know if the Missouri secondary is going to be able to contain that, because John Mateer, while he struggled coming back from his hand surgery, missing I think 2 or 3 games, I still lean. I think he's played better than either of the quarterbacks Missouri's got. So in this game, I'm going with the better quarterback and probably the better defense, and I'm taking Oklahoma -6.5. It hurts to say as a Missouri alum, but I got to go with the head, not the heart. So, but that's first down. So let's head to second down. We're going out west for second down. All right, second down. Said we're heading out west. So it's actually a kind of a not piggyback, but a very similar game to what we just talked about in first down. We got two teams that should be in a different conference playing in a new conference. We got number 15 USC going to Oregon to face number 7 going to Oregon to face number 7 Oregon. I should have said Eugene. That's where they play. But both these teams, obviously Pac-12 rivals a lot of time. Now they're in the Big Ten. And it's weird. It's like, understandably, at least with the SEC, it's like with Missouri, Texas A&M, Texas, Oklahoma, they were kind of close enough in the SEC. Oregon, UCLA, Washington, USC, they should be Pac-12. They are not Big Ten teams. Just like with like California and Stanford, they are Pac-12 teams. They are not ACC teams. It's so annoying. That part is ruined. Like that aspect of college realignment, conference realignment has ruined it. But getting back to this game, Oregon is a 9.5-point favorite. Over under set at 59.5. I'm taking Oregon -9.5 in this game. Both teams are looking to be that one of those Big Ten at large teams in the college football playoff. I don't think either of them make it to Indianapolis for the Big Ten title game, because it looks like it's going to be Indiana, Ohio State in that game, because both teams, USC and Oregon, would need multiple losses from at least one of those teams and such to get to Indianapolis, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think Oregon's got the better running game. And I think they've got the better defense. So I think this is going to be one of those games where it's tight relatively throughout, like tight at least in the sense of like the spread, and then Oregon will get a late score, maybe to push it to 14 or maybe 17 to give you a more comfortable win there. Because Dante Moore, the running attack of Noah Whittington and Jordan Davison for Oregon is just they'll bludgeon people. They're averaging close to 235 yards rushing a game this year. USC's defense, which has improved the last couple of years, is still not great. They against the two best offenses that they've played this year, they've given up 30-plus points, and I think Oregon will be able to do that again. I think Oregon's defense is going to be able to handle Jaden Maava in this game, at least enough. USC's got 2 really good receivers, but Oregon's got some quarterbacks on the outside, and I think they'll be able to stifle it enough to win this game relatively comfortably. So I think Oregon wins this game. I think this is a big chance. This is both teams' last chance to really impress the committee. Except each game has 1 game left in the regular season, but it's not against a ranked opponent. So this is their last ranked opponent. They need this game. Neither team can really afford to lose this game. And I think Oregon is the one who's going to come out in this. So I'm taking Oregon -9.5. I'm sorry. And I think that they kind of cement their case for a college football playoff berth later this year. So, but that's second down. Let's head to the pro game for third down. All right, third down. It's kind of a surprise. I mean, it's a bit of a surprise in this, because I guess at the beginning of the season, when people saw this game on the schedule, you kind of thought that the teams' records would be flipped. It wouldn't be Indianapolis, who's 8-2, and Kansas City, who's 5-5. You kind of thought it'd be Kansas City, who's 8-2, and Indianapolis 5-5. But I mean, Jonathan Taylor's just been a monster this year, leading the NFL in rushing at almost 1,200 yards. Daniel Jones has been probably comeback player of the year if he's eligible to win that award. And the Kansas City Chiefs offense has just not been great this year. They just haven't synced up enough and stuff. But quick betting breakdown: Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites, so it's probably a 1 or a pick'em game if this was on a neutral site. and then over under set at 49 and a half. I mean, I just this is tough because it's like I think that both defenses are very solid. The Chiefs' offense has better big play potential because of the quarterback, but I think that the Colts' offense is more consistent because of their running game. I mean, the Chiefs leading rusher is like 350 yards. I think it's Pacheco, and Jonathan Taylor has nearly 3 times, or has more than 3 times that. He's got almost 1,200 yards rushing this year. So it's like if the Chiefs are able to stop Taylor, they've got a good chance of winning this game. I just don't know if they're going to be able to because the Colts offensive line is one of the best in the country, best in the league as well. So I mean, looking at this, I'm taking the points. I'm taking Colts plus 3.5 here. I think it's going to be a very tight game. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. It's going to be a good game to watch. 1:00 Eastern time on Sunday. I just think I'm just leery. I'm leery of it because I feel like that Patrick Mahomes still has some magic left in him, and they can make that play. But I think that the Colts will be able to control the ball enough to keep Patrick Mahomes and that offense off the field, control the clock, control the line of scrimmage, use Jonathan Taylor, just grind that Kansas City Chiefs defense down, and at least keep it within the 3. I mean, it's a key number of 3.5. So I'm taking the Colts plus 3.5 in this game. I don't know who's going to win. I could easily see either team winning this game, but because of that, I'm going with the underdog and stuff, and taking the 3.5 points with the Colts. So there you go. That's third down. Let's head to fourth down, and we're going to the NFC East this time. All right, fourth down time, NFC East time. It's massive rivalry time. We get the Eagles at the Cowboys. Eagles, quick breakdown, 3-point favorites, over under set at 47.5. This is the Fox game of the afternoon and stuff, I believe, 4:25 Eastern and such. Obviously, the Eagles coming off a defensive dominant win against the Lions last week. Cowboys are coming off a very just overall dominant win, but against a lesser opponent in the Raiders and such. And really the question is this the game where the Eagles offense gets on track? They've only scored 24 or more points, I believe, 5 times this year. They're 5-0 in those games. So if they get to that they win the game because that defense is so good. But the Cowboys defense has improved. Now, again, last week they were very good, but it was against the Raiders. But they've gotten reinforcements via trade, some returning from injury and stuff. So, and the Eagles offense just hasn't been in sync, like a bit like the Chiefs and stuff. A.J. Brown has just not been Jalen Hurts. Saquon Barkley's not rushing for like he was last year. Obviously, Lane Johnson, the star right tackle for the Eagles, is out for a couple weeks with a foot injury and stuff. So it's going to be interesting, and it's obviously a divisional opponent. Weather's not going to be a factor because it's in Jerry World and stuff. Last week, obviously the Eagles dealt with the cold and the wind against the Lions, so that might have affected the offense a little bit, but it won't in this one. And to be honest, that's why I'm taking the Eagles -3 here. I don't know if it's a true get right game for the Eagles offense, but I think that they're going to be good enough to cover this number because I think the Eagles defense is good enough to force Dak into mistakes, force that Cowboys defense or Cowboys offense into mistakes, and the Eagles offense will be able to capitalize on those mistakes enough to cover the number of the 3. So, I think the Eagles just kind of also like a little bit like the Colts just we'll try and grind this game out. Maybe this is a good Saquon get right game. Jalen Hurts getting some rushes there too. And just kind of maybe ball control because, again, the Cowboys offense is very explosive, but the Eagles defense, they can stop anybody, really. So, again, going Eagles -3 with this NFC East. So let's head to fourth down. We're going back out. Fifth down. We're going back out west for fifth down. All right, fifth down time, and like I said, we're out west now. We got the Tampa Bay Bucks traveling to LA to face the Rams in SoCal. Rams are a 7-point favorite, which is a bit surprising. A big number. Over under set at 49.5. Rams are coming off a very close but very impressive win against the Seattle Seahawks last week at home. Bucks are trying to rebound from a kind of pretty disappointing outing against the Buffalo Bills when they lost 44 to 22, 44 to 32. I'm sorry. So, but the question is, are the Bucks healthy enough for this type of game? I mean, they've lost Mike Evans, Chris Godwin looks like he's questionable, Bucky Irving is out, so that's three big weapons there. Um, you've lost a couple guys on the offensive line and such like that. And the Rams defense is underrated. They've got a really good front four, sneaky good secondary and back seven. So I'm leaning. I don't. I would lean Rams if this number was a little shorter and stuff, but because it's a 7 and because Baker Mayfield just has these weird games where he can just take over and like kind of just will his team to a win or cover. I'm staying away from a side. I'm taking under 49.5 here. And you might be weird. It's like, well, I mean, the Rams offense is really good with Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, Devontae Adams, and Matthew Stafford, who I think is the MVP of the league right now, going against a Baker Mayfield-led Bucs team. But the Bucs offense is just injury riddled, as I said earlier, and the Rams defense is sneaky good, like sneaky really good. So I think that I think the Rams defense is going to be able to control that line of scrimmage, box in Baker, and keep it so they don't score 20 something points. I mean, maybe it's a 27-21 type game, so you might get a little bit of a sweat here, but I still think it's going to be the under because I don't know. I think that I would take the Rams defense against the Bucs offense as of right now because of the injuries to the Bucs offense. And I think that's going to be the key thing. I don't know if the Bucs are going to be able to score enough points to really push this over the total and such. So, but yeah, so I'm taking the under 49.5. So, but there you go. That's this week's episode of 5 Downs with Fannon. Quick recap: we got first down, we had Oklahoma -6.5 against Missouri. Second down, we had Oregon -9.5 against USC. Third down, Colts +3.5 against the Chiefs. Fourth down, Eagles -3 against the Cowboys. And then fifth down, under 49.5 in Bucks Rams. So we'll see if we can get closer to 500. Again, we're 15-20 through 7 weeks. So this is the 8th week. Let's see if we can get to close to 500, at least overall. Let's go over 500 in this one. So please leave a like, subscribe, comment, helps the channel. Please let me know if you want any games for next week that you want me to talk about. Obviously, with the holiday week, we got some really good ones coming up. Probably be an earlier show if I'm able to get it out and stuff because of those holiday games and stuff. But yeah, please let me know if there are any games you'd like me to talk about. But thanks again so much for watching. And until next time, this is Spencer Fannon signing off. And if I don't see you next week, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Later.